Coming up on this episode,
we can finally do a fireside chat.
I know. Nice crackling. We're gonna push it as long as we possibly can to stay as long as we possibly can.
What I want to do is make sure I square this off. And the only way to really do that out in the field without a GPS is the way the Egyptians did it. That's 4 feet, that's 3 feet there. The highest irradiance from the sun, it's called insolation, the highest power from the sun is generated at noon. So it would be good if the solar array could pick up, say, from 11 to 4. That would be good.
Well, we just got a notification today that the prohibition against having campfires has just been lifted, I think 2 or 3 days ago. So we're so excited because we have not literally had one campfire this whole entire year. We're way out, close to the water, on the shore, and actually it's quite wet around us. So we didn't want to go by the cabin or by any trees or anything, just in case. I mean, it's soaking wet here right now, but it's just so great. And so Ryan is bringing our solo stove. We brought that because we're gonna unbox it, and we've never tried it. We bought it a year ago, and we wanted to bring it to the island because it's got a special function that is very low smoke, and that's what we wanted.
That's right.
Was the low smoke. And I think it's because it has an afterburner.
That's correct.
You can see this. It's called a Yukon Solo Stove, and it's the low smoke. It's 304 stainless steel, and there's a lifetime warranty. We're excited about trying it out. And it's s'more season. We gotta do this, you know? We have to. It's been such a quiet day. I don't know why I always whisper, but really quiet, lovely day. So we're gonna unbox this. Designed to enjoy. Just a nice little fire. Be really great. Oh, we're so happy. Not seeing really any smoke anymore. I know there are fires way far away still. You can kind of see a bit of a smoky blue there. But in the district that we're in, we're allowed to have a campfire. Oh my goodness, what is that?
That's the base, that's the spider.
Okay, so is that the afterburner thing at the bottom?
I think the afterburner is built in, honey.
What is that then? Just the base? I think I did buy the base especially. Yes. We're gonna get the instructions. Opal? Opal gonna steal the instructions again? You have the matches, honey?
Oh, you know what that's for?
It's
We can put this on a wood deck. That's what that's for.
oh, like on the wood pallet?
Yeah.
Oh,
And then
that's great.
This will fit right inside the fire pit for storage.
Well, we're gonna have a wood deck here soon, aren't we? Or no?
Yeah.
Not this year?
We might.
Oh, that'd be
Depends how this
fun.
goes. We just might.
So the big thing this year is what? Or the big thing in the next couple weeks is
The array?
the array for the solar panels.
Yeah. And finishing the inside.
The inside of the cabin, we've got to put that white poplar up. This is nice. This is a nice big one.
Yeah.
I imagine we can take that stuff off, hey? Lift it up first. There you go.
Another spider.
This is a beauty.
our island is located in an area quite prone to forest fires, so we selected the Solo Stove campfire enclosure because of its inherent safety features.
It's actually a really nice sized fire pit. Okay, here. This is kind of neat. Are there any special instructions?
Yep. Put the wood in it and burn it. And I think we have a lid for it too, don't we?
Nope, just a base.
remove the nested flame ring. The nested flame ring.
Nested flame ring. But there is no lid.
No.
No, I didn't think so. Okay. So, I guess we just put some wood in there and let her go.
Let her rip, eh?
This sure is a sweet looking fire pit. And after the summer we've just had, a smokeless fire pit is just what we need.
Okay, there it is. That is gonna be burning bright today.
That looks really nice.
Looks really nice.
So these are oxygen supply for a secondary burn. Here's where the oxygen comes in for the secondary burn. And that's why there won't be much in terms of smoke.
Okay, so we're getting the kindling ready.
Honey, we need the string in order for you to light a fire. Got little ridges.
That's nice.
Look at that, honey.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, I'm not interested in seeing smoke after this year, believe me.
Me neither. This is good.
It's a burning. You'd think we'd never had a fire in our life, but it's just all this spring, summer, fall, we've not had one fire.
That's right.
Nice way to do the kindling, honey, my word. There we go.
You can hear it, eh?
We got ourselves a fire. One of the things that this fire is rumored to be is very low smoke. I'm gonna have to admit it first. I wasn't impressed. I was saying, what is it about the smoke? Ryan said, well, in a few minutes, and it appears to me as though it is working.
Yeah, it's directing the smoke back onto the flames and it's recombusting it.
I mean, I think that's nice. I think it'd be prettier late at night.
We can finally do a fireside chat.
I know. Nice crackling. I think it's louder because it's in that container, eh?
Yeah.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, I'm pretty impressed.
Once the fire gets up to temperature, the afterburner kicks in and it really does greatly reduce the amount of smoke.
I'm pretty pleased with that fire. It is such a nice fall day now, and we're gonna push it as long as we possibly can to stay as long as we possibly can. There's my duck friend. I've seen him 3 mornings now. Hello. All by himself, and he just comes and floats around right there. Remember where my greenhouse used to be? It's there right now. But look at here. This has all been opened up since the trees were taken down. And I just can't believe my eyes. This is where the solar array is gonna go. And Ryan's been using Pepper to help him to get all of these. Whoa, Ryan!
What am I looking at? Oh.
What on earth?
It must have contacted something.
Watching this. Oh! Watch out!
I don't think the view will be quite the same.
Yeah, I don't know. I can fix it though. It'll look like this when it's done. Yeah, thankfully it's just a shroud. Okay, well, have to straighten that out.
It is best practice to balance the solar power inputs to each inverter. Since we have 30 panels, we plan to connect 15 panels to each of our 2 inverters. And each panel is rated at 550 watts, so at peak efficiency, 15 solar panels can collectively generate over 8,000 watts. This is 25% below the maximum solar power input allowed for each inverter, which is perfect. And another thing, once everything's all installed and we have all the solar panels connected, we will have over 16,000 watts of solar power available. That will be more than enough for our homestead in the near future.
What's the time exactly?
It's after 3.
3 o'clock? I might have to go a little bit more that way. So with those down, this will hit it, right? It'll hit it perfectly. I'm just gonna go get a compass. Right back.
Yeah, there's
a little bit west of south. Just because.
Yeah.
We want to go pretty much south because as we get further into winter, the days get shorter and shorter, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like we're going to be needing to take advantage of late afternoon sun. The highest irradiance from the sun, it's called insolation, the highest power from the sun is generated at noon. So it would be good if the solar array could pick up, say, from 11 to 4. That would be good.
That's what it's doing right now.
Yeah, obliquely. I want it right on. And then we'll get closer to 5,000 watts, right? For each string. And I thought I would line it up this way. I'm working at this right now.
Uh-huh.
Because north is that way. South is more like this. So what we are right now, instead of this board being this way, we're a few degrees west of south, right? You see that? It wants the board to be like this.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to do just a few degrees west of that. So I'm going to line this up here. It does make a difference, you know.
It's very technical, all of this.
Yeah, I want this to be lined up right on north. And that'll tell me which way is south. South is that way. And this is almost perfect, so I want to move it slightly this way. Just that. Okay. Now you see what's happened here. I'm a little bit offline. That's why I brought this string. Yeah, you see here? I'm not quite right, eh? So I need to move this over.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. So you're not going to have enough room to go around, eh?
Oh yeah. Come around here. I'll just widen this out.
I thought you wanted it on either side.
Well, I can't really go much further that way. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But I can come this way.
Yeah. Wow.
So that will be about right. I'll put this here like that. Now if we put the array here, it's going to be shaded for a good part of the morning. So I'm wondering if I should move it that way. Because as we come here, it becomes far less shaded, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those big tall trees here I can't do anything about. So maybe if I come here about 6 feet and go there about 6 feet, then I can come around this side instead of that side.
Mm-hmm. He's changed his direction just a little bit because he's really been careful with getting the right direction and the right positioning.
This is going to be enough for 4 solar panels horizontally and then 2 high. Okay?
Okay.
What I want to do is make sure I square this off. And the only way to really do that out in the field without a GPS is the way the Egyptians did it. So what you do is you measure 4 feet here. This is going to be 5 feet. And then this needs to be 3 feet. So we'll take this and measure this 3 feet this way. That's 4 feet, that's 3 feet there. So this has to come this way. So this has to probably be right about there, you see?
Mm-hmm.
So now we have a right triangle.
Very cool.
Yeah, so now I can extend a line this way and go 8 feet. Want to just hold that? And then I'll go 8 feet to here. I'll pound in a stake.
But that stake isn't at the right angle here. It's not quite right.
Okay, tell me when it is.
You've got to come in like 3 or 4 inches.
Okay.
Okay, that's
better?
better. Yeah.
All right, let's redo it then. That's 4 feet.
Okay. Yeah, that's good.
Is that bang on now?
That's good. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Come out this way 5 feet. And we'll meet that at 3 feet, which will be right there.
Okay.
Good eye, honey.
Right there. Good job.
Okay.
3,
Then I'll pull this out
5,
8 feet
and that's 4.
at the 3, 4, 5 triangle.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, it's the Pythagorean theorem, right? 3 squared plus 4 squared equals 5 squared. Okay. So 9 plus 16 is
25. Right there.
Now, we do the same thing over there with this, all this stuff.
It's pretty nice and level in here.
It wasn't. It is now. It's not bad. Okay.
So we do it all over again here.
Yeah.
This.
There, that's better, eh?
I'd say so.
And this one has to be 3 feet. So we're going to put it, we're just going to kind of ballpark it right about there.
Oh, I thought there wasn't ball parking when you're doing this.
For now. And then
Okay.
we'll fine tune it after.
No ball parking.
Okay. Now we do a couple measurements.
What Melody and I are doing here is making sure the diagonal measurements are the same. If they are, then you can be sure the corners are square.
Yeah, what I'm doing now is I'm going to use this and then divide it up so I know where to build my base. And then we'll square it all up on the bases once we trim it up, right?
So are you just doing one of these this year and then 3 more next year?
That's the idea.
You only have materials for one?
I only have materials for one.
Oh, wow. So are you going to stagger them then? You're going to put one this way as you come out? Or
I'm not sure.
could you one staggered and then this way and then like that.
Yeah. Could do.
You won't need much room in between, will you?
I don't think so. We just have to check to see how much of the shadow they'll cast, right?
The idea is for the panels to not be shaded by any object between it and the sun. If we can have that, we'll have maximum solar energy production.
Yeah. Anyways, we're going to be putting a 12 by 12 or 16 by 16 pad here. So that'll give us enough room to square it up.
Yeah.
From up here, we can see that the afternoon sun is coming from this direction, and we can also see that this shading from the willows will definitely need to be dealt with. We're going to have to cut them back. As you know, shadows are longest when the sun is lowest in the sky. And we need to take this into account when positioning the arrays to avoid one array shading another located behind it. It is especially important to consider what the sun's elevation will be during the winter when the days are shortest and the sun is lowest. What I'm doing now is digging out 10 footings to support the posts of the ground mount structure I'll be making for the solar array. I'm making the footings big enough so that they each can support a 16 by 16 inch concrete paver. On each of those paver pads, I'll put a concrete post block. The pads are twice the width of the post blocks, which will give me a little wiggle room to move the posts around in case my measurements end up being, well, less than perfect. For optimal structural compaction, I needed to find gravel and sand. I sent Pepper out to look for both, and he did not disappoint. My plan is to start by placing a mixture of rocks and sand into the bottom of each hole, compacting in stages until they are about 75 to 80% filled.
Don't go in my holes. You got the doggies.
Once the bottom of the footing is filled with the coarser material, the next step will be to top it off with sand level with grade. This will make for a better final compaction and also enable me to more easily level the pavers on top. I was quite surprised at how much work this actually was. It ended up taking way longer than I ever thought it would.
Well, almost done. Ran out of daylight. But as you can see, I got one side of the footings done for the post and pier setup. And I have 3 of the footings done for the back side. As soon as I get these other 2 corners up, I can lay some concrete pavers, put some deck posts, get them all nice and level, put the deck post blocks on, and then start assembling this thing. Whew, can't wait.
I wanna take you out, show you the time of your life. I wanna figure out what it takes to give you everything you desire. I wanna lay beneath the stars with you in the back of my truck. I guess that this is what they call love.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please support us by clicking the thumbs up icon on YouTube. We invite you to also subscribe and click the bell. You'll be notified when we upload new content. Please invite your friends and family to come along too. Bye for now.